Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line parallel to the graph of 2x plus y is equal to 5. Now we know that if two lines are parallel, that they have the same slope. So we need to determine the slope of this line so that we will know what the slope of our new line is going to be. So I'm going to take this and solve for y, put this in y, put this in slope-intercept form, and then we're going to know what the slope is. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk and think at the same time. So 2x plus y is equal to 5. I want this in y equal mx plus b format, so I'm going to subtract the 2x from both sides and get y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. Therefore, I know that the slope is equal to negative 2, and my new slope is going to be the same. So I have the slope of a line that goes to the point 0, 1, and the slope, the equation line that goes through 0, 1, and the slope is negative 2. Now, this is a special case because they were actually giving us the y-intercept. If the x value is 0, we know that that is where it crosses the y-axis. So I already have b. So all I have to do is rewrite this. Y equal mx plus b. And I know my m and I know my b. So negative 2x plus 1. Very simple. I did not have to solve and find b. It's given to me. All right, bet the next one's not going to be so easy. So let's try it. Write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line perpendicular to the graph of this line. Well, here's my slope of this line. So m is equal to negative 3/2. And I want something perpendicular. So we know that means we need the opposite reciprocal. So the new m, the new slope, is going to be the opposite reciprocal of this slope. So the opposite is of negative is positive. So the reciprocal of 3/2 is 2/3. So it's going to be a positive 2/3. That's my new slope. And it's going to go through this point. So I have a slope and I have a point. And I know how to solve for an equation of a line if I have a slope and a point. Y equal mx plus b. You could use point slope form here if you'd like to. Let's go ahead and do that for a change. Let's do point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Plug in. Right here, y1 will be negative 2. My slope determined is going to be 2/3. I keep writing 3/2 instead of 2/3. Again. Times x minus x1, which is 3. So y plus 2 is equal to 2/3. We're going to go ahead and use distributive property here. 2/3 x and 2/3 times negative 3 is minus 2. The 3's will cancel. And it says it wasn't slope-intercept form, so I need to get rid of this 2 over here. And I end up with y is equal to 2/3 x minus 4. And it's asking for slope-intercept form, and that is slope-intercept form, so I am done. That's 18. All right, so the last problem we have is a bonus. Let's just quickly look at that. In a certain lake, a 1-year-old blue fish is 3 inches long, while a 4-year-old blue fish is 6 inches long. Basically, you can make a table. You could say that the actually that 1-year-old, we need to put age as the independent variable. So x is going to be age, and y is going to be length. So if x, the first point, is 1-year-old, and its length is 3, In the second point given, it says a 4-year-old, the length is 6.6, and there's some very important information here. It says it can be approximated by a linear equation. So we're going to make sure, we're going to determine that this is linear. We can use all the skills that we've learned so far. So here is 2 points. So we know we can find the rate of change or the slope if we have 2 points. So I am going to say that m is equal to 6.6, which I'm going to let be y2, minus y1, which is 3, over 4 minus 1. So my slope is equal to 3.6 over 3, which is equal to 1.2. All right, so now I can start with y equal mx plus b. I know that the only thing I do not know is my b, so I'm going to take one of those points and plug it in. So I'm going to use the point 1, 3. So I'm going to put my 3 for y is equal to m, which is 1.2. X is 1. And I do not know b. If I solve for b, we know this is going to be 1 right here. This would be 1, so I can just ignore this. So subtract 1.2 from both sides. And this would be 1.8 positive is equal to b. This will cancel. So then I'm going to rewrite my equation. Y is equal to m, which is 1.2, x plus b, 1.8. The second part of this question says to use the equation to determine the age of a 9-inch bluegill. Now remember that age is our y value. So I'm going to have to plug this 9 in where y is. 9 is equal to 1.2x, and the unknown is the age. So to determine the age, our x is age. So we need to find x. Subtract 1.2 from both sides. 9 minus 1.2 is 7.8 is equal to, I wrote that wrong. I'm so sorry. That is not 1.2. That is supposed to be 1.8. I put them m in for the b. So let me change that. I can tell that is not right. So this is 1.8. So I'm going to subtract 1.8 from both sides. And this becomes 7.2 is equal to 1.2x, because these will cancel. And if I'm just going to move that over here because I'm out of room. 7.2 is equal to 1.2x. Divide both sides by 1.2. And x is equal to 6. So we can say the bluegill, the fish, is 6 years old.